Welcome back, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a special focus on the 1996 United States 1-cent coin, also widely known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent. At first glance, this humble penny might seem like just another piece of loose change. But trust me, once you learn its history, design details, and collectible secrets, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. So, grab your magnifying glass because we're about to uncover the hidden story behind the 1996 Lincoln penny. A story of history, artistry, and even a little bit of mystery. Let's start with some background. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was a big deal because Lincoln was the first real person ever to appear on a U.S. coin. Fast forward to 1996, nearly 87 years later, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong. By then, the design on the obverse side, which features Lincoln's profile, had become a familiar sight to millions of Americans. But what about the reverse? Well, the Lincoln Memorial design was added in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. So when you hold a 1996 penny, you're holding more than just 1 cent. You're holding a century-old tradition, a small piece of American history that honors one of the nation's greatest leaders. Let's break down the design. On the obverse side, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's bust facing right, along with the words, "In God We Trust," the word "Liberty," and the date 1996. Flip it over, and the reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, yes, very closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, just like in the real monument in Washington, D.C. That's some amazing attention to detail, and of course, you'll also find the words, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent on the reverse. Now, let's talk about its composition, because this is where things get interesting. Prior to 1982, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a cheaper metal mix, 97.5% zinc with just a thin copper plating on the outside. So the 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny is primarily zinc with a copper coating. This change was made to reduce costs because copper had become expensive. The funny thing is, older copper pennies are actually worth more for their metal content than their face value. But that's another story for another video. Here's a fun fact. The U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies in 1996. Yes, billions. They were struck at the Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, mints. And for collectors who like high-quality coins, the San Francisco Mint also made proof coins, which are specially polished and struck for a mirror-like finish. So while the 1996 penny is common in circulation, there are special versions and conditions that can make it much more valuable to collectors. When it comes to coin collecting, one of the most exciting aspects is hunting for errors and varieties, and the 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny is no exception. Even in such a common year, mistakes happened during minting that turned ordinary pennies into valuable treasures. Some of the most notable errors include double dies, where parts of the design, such as letters or numbers, appear doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. Another popular error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't properly centered, giving it a unique and eye-catching look. Then there are clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is missing because of a cutting error during production. These mistakes can transform a simple 1-cent coin into a collectible worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. So, the next time you come across a 1996 penny, take a closer look. You might just discover a hidden gem. Now, let's talk about value. In circulated condition, most 1996 pennies are worth exactly what you'd expect, 1 cent. However, things get more interesting when you find an uncirculated example, especially in mint state, MS, grades. These coins can be worth anywhere from 10 cents to a few dollars. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are even more valuable, often selling for $3 to $5 or more, depending on condition. And, of course, error coins can fetch much higher prices, often going for hundreds of dollars among collectors. While you probably won't retire on a single 1996 penny, it remains a fun and affordable coin to collect, especially for those who appreciate its history and hidden potential. The 1996 Lincoln penny also holds a special place in American numismatic history. The Lincoln cent series has been in continuous production for over 100 years, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The 1996 penny represents a modern chapter in this incredible story, bridging the past, present, and future of American coinage. It's a small but powerful reminder of Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy and the nation's evolving history. Every coin tells a story, and this little copper-coated zinc piece tells one of tradition, change, and cultural heritage. So, the next time you find a 1996 Lincoln Memorial penny in your pocket change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to appreciate its craftsmanship, its historical significance, and the possibility that you might be holding a tiny piece of numismatic treasure. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin in your change? If so, what was it? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1996 Lincoln penny and want to explore more fascinating coin stories, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. We have plenty of exciting coin history and collecting tips coming your way. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting!